Namaskar friends, myself Deepak Kumar Rath. I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India. Friends, all you know that budget section is going on, and as a journalist, I was quite confused to see Rahul Gandhi in the parliament, his reaction on different issues, and I failed to understand to really understand him, and I I want to tell you whatever Rahul Gandhi told about China, I want to know whether it was his political enigma or a Chinese agent he is. Rahul Gandhi once again displayed his inclination towards China's interests when he blatantly lied on parliament during his speech on the motion of thanks to the president's address. On the floor of the house, he falsely claimed that China had usurped Indian territory, a claim that has been repeatedly debunked by the government and defense experts. And Rahul, in his speech, mentioned China more than 20 times. What has happened? Disproportionately focusing on Beijing while attempting to undermine India's strategic positioning. This, deliberate fear mongering only served to echo Chinese propaganda and weaken India's stand on national security in the eyes of the global community. Rahul Gandhi, the face of India's principal opposition party, the Congress has consistently raised eyebrows with his dubious stand on China. Friends, over the years, his actions, statements, all have positioned him more as an apologist for the Chinese Communist Party CCP than as a responsible leader of the opposition of India. From signing a controversial memorandum of understanding MOU with CCP to systematically undermining India's security interests, Rahul Gandhi has often exhibited an affinity for Beijing that has both puzzling and alarming also. One of the most glaring instances of his pro-China approach was the 2008 MOU signed between Indian National Congress and the Chinese Communist Party during UPA 1. This secretive agreement signed in the presence of Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi has never been made public, raising questions about its intent and implications. While political parties across the world maintain diplomatic engagements, a formal MOU with an adversarial power without any transparency casts a long shadow of suspicion. To this day, the Congress has refused to disclose the details of the agreement, leading many to speculate that it compromised Indian strategic interests. Rahul Gandhi's statements in wake of the 2020 Galwan Valley clash also exposed his misplaced sympathies. Instead of standing firmly with the Indian armed forces, he repeatedly parroted the Chinese narrative, alleging that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had, ceded Indian territory without presenting any evidence. His remarks were promptly amplified by Chinese state media, reinforcing the perception that he was serving Beijing's interest rather than India's. Friends, at a time when national unit was paramount, his baseless attacks on the government only emboldened China and demoralized the Indian troops who had made supreme sacrifices to defend the nation. And another instance of Rahul Gandhi's questionable pro-China instance was his meeting with Chinese diplomats during 2017 Doklam standoff. While India was locked in a tense military confrontation with China, Rahul Gandhi clandestinely met with the Chinese ambassador to India. A move that his party initially denied. It was only after photographic evidence emerged that the Congress party was forced to admit to the meeting. What was discussed behind the doors, closed doors, remains a mystery. But the episode further solidified suspicions about his undisclosed link with Beijing. Friends, Rahul Gandhi's economic narratives also seems to align with China's interest rather than India's self-reliance goals. And he has consistently ridiculed initiatives by like Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India, both of which aim to reduce dependence on Chinese imports and boost indigenous manufacturing. So instead of promoting domestic production and self-sufficiency, he has mocked these policies, which are inadvertently benefits China, India's largest trading adversary. His opposition to key infrastructural and defense initiatives aims at countering Chinese influence that suggests either a lack of strategic foresight or a deliberate attempt to weaken India's position. Even in global, geopolitical arena, Rahul Gandhi has displayed an alarming lack of understanding of Chinese expansionist ambitions. He has often been dismissive of India's Quad alliance with US, Japan, and Australia, which serves as a crucial counterbalance to Chinese dominance in Indo-Pacific. While world leaders recognize the importance of containing China's aggressive posturing, Rahul Gandhi continues to question India's engagements with strategic allies, further fueling suspicions about his intentions. So, a responsible opposition, a responsible leader of opposition would place national security and sovereignty above partisan politics. However, Rahul Gandhi's actions have, in parliament repeatedly betrayed a pattern of aligning with Chinese strategic interest over India's. Friends, whether it is his refusal to criticize China's incursions, his comfort meeting with Chinese officials, or his relentless attack on India's security policies, his conduct raises fundamental question. Does he see himself as a leader committed to India's welfare or merely as a pawn furthering Beijing's agenda? This is a question. As India, navigates an increasingly volatile geopolitical landscape, the nation needs a strong and credible opposition that can hold the government accountable without compromising national interest. But unfortunately, Rahul Gandhi's track record suggests that he is more interested in serving as a mouthpiece for China than fulfilling his constitutional role as a leader of opposition. His actions have left little doubt. His loyalties appear misplaced, and his credibility as a nationalistic leader remains deeply questionable. And nation wants to know. Nation must know why. Why the leader of opposition of the oldest democracy, biggest democracy of the world behaves like that. That's the question. And Prime Minister in his reply to President's address, has exposed Congress party, their credibility. The Prime Minister has told that three parliaments, MPs from a single family. Prime Minister has told how after 2014 the central government, union government under the Prime Ministership of Narendra Modi has taken many initiatives for making India, skill India, strengthen the manufacturing sector, make in India and defense production. Almost 1.5 hours, Prime Minister has told and gave his clarifications. So after Prime Minister's reply, one thinks, it's my maybe my personal opinion that the leader of opposition looks, confusing, helpless. The grand old Congress party is failed, literally badly failed to read the modern democracy that is Bharat. It's time the grand old party must do a research. They must understand what the new generation, new India wants, because maximum population of India are youth. Rahul Gandhi, who claimed himself as a youth, young leader, wearing a T-shirt, must understand the mentality of young Indians. He must go to the nook and corners of the country. He must visit the villages. Just, clicking pictures with the Dalit family or OBC family will not solve the problem. If you want to understand the problem of Bharat, you must see. He just recently, last year, visited all over India, clicked many pictures. He met many people who were organized on the different cities, but that will not give you clear understanding about what the Bharat is. You see Bharat in the eyes of China or any other country, or you must understand what is India, what is its rich culture. Just playing vote bank politics will not serve the issue. After all, we all are Bharatiyas. You are also Bharatiyas. So, for every Indian leader, country first, nation first must be our ambition. That's what we are doing. That's all for today. In next episodes, we will be updating you on different aspects of budget section. Stay tuned with Uday India and subscribe to Uday India. Jai Hind.